Y'all know what it is. It's the Find the Boxer game. Purchase a box for a chance at winning $500. One of 54 boxes has a missing boxer inside. Purchase your box or boxes by Cash Apping $ usual 50/50. Include your box number, name, and email address. Your box number will be confirmed and sent directly to your email. Each box is $20 with a 1 in 54 chance of winning. Remaining proceeds will go directly to the LDBC meet and greet in Las Vegas. Shout out to the LDBC, and remember,
it's a usual suspect day.
Y'all know what it is. It's the usual suspect 650-50 draw. Buy your tickets now for your chance at winning half the pot. Cash App, $ usual 50/50. Tickets are on sale for $10 for one, $20 for 3 tickets, and $50 for 10 tickets. Put your desired amount, name or alias, as well as your email address, and your tickets will be set. We announce the winning ticket numbers every other Friday on Supreme Beats Boxing Talk Bullshitting on the Beltway, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Remaining proceeds will go directly to the LDBC meet and greet in Las Vegas. Shout out to the LDBC, and remember,
it's a usual suspect day.
Push the weight and no flex. Flex alive is 1 in the 6. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You a runner, motherfucker, high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker, never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker, change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. It's time to bleed this morning. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Yeah. I was going to talk about something else this morning until I got the news yesterday about Fang Face. If it's not clear at this point that he is a absolute scoundrel of a clown who is afraid, I'm going to say it one more time, who is afraid to get his face boxed in and couldn't fathom losing to a black fighter. Let me tell y'all something. Real racists and real cowards stick to their guns. I don't care how much money you're offering him. 11 milli, he was just running around talking about how he never touched the mill. And that wasn't too long ago. Here comes Turkey Alalshikh. This was the perfect storm. This was the perfect wish for so many fighters. Listen, man, this guy retired Josh Padley. Josh Padley had a real job, y'all. He boxed, but his real gig was he was an electrician. He was a family man. He is a family man. I don't want to use that past tense. He fought on one Riyadh season. He won. Turkey brought him back. Short notice. Fought a Shakur, got stopped. He said, come on back. I'm going to retire you. He said, man, I got a job, brother. I can't afford to just come out here and camp. It costs money. He says, I'll retire you. I'll take care of all of that. Josh Padley's now a full-time fighter. And for him to say he's retired, that means he ain't really got to fight again. That's what Turkey money does. Top Rank hasn't done that. PBC hasn't done that. Okay? Queensberry hasn't done that. Turkey Alalshikh came through and he did that. For as long as Turkey's going to be around, we don't know how long Riyadh season is going to be around. But everybody needs to run over there and get their bag. Because once Turkey leaves the game, it's over. It's back to business as usual. Letting fights marinate. Fights not happening. Turkey Alalshikh has become the cheat code. All of you guys talking about, we prize fighters. My bread, my bag. Go get your bag. Tio never touched the mill. This man offered him 11. And this coward said no. As of this morning, you Teofimo fans, y'all have nothing to say. Blue Blood Sports TV will be having a debate with Punch Drunk. I'll be watching, because Punch Drunk is not only a Teofimo fan, but that's his friend. I'll be watching. I want to see what's said. I want to know what happens. I want to know I want to know who's going to justify this, because I don't see it at all. I don't see it at all. We do this roll call real quick. Todd Swindle, G. McCall, Mark Wunderlich, Joe, what up? Eric Jordan, I Rock, Jelly Bean, Steve L, Vince, Monta Musa, my brother, what's good? Rick Blackwell, CB Sports, Andre, 704 Joe, the Sensei's in the building, Stormy B, man. Yeah, that was a great cook you and Tay Jones had last night. Great cook. Y'all need to go watch that replay. Rod Neal, Melvin, MJ, Copper, Light Eyes, Derek Gaines, the legend. Oh, it jumped on me. Shepherd King, Dirt Gang Boss, I Am True Maine, Jeff Spark, always support. Salute, brother. Black Jericho. What up? Xavier. Yep. Shakira, salute, Queen. Shade Girl. The CDB, salute. Hit the like button. Share the video. We are our own algorithm. Trey, what up? And you know Miguel gonna be up to his shenanigans, because I'm talking about you know, I'm not gonna say a Honduran, but you know, I don't even know if Teofimo speaks Spanish, man. But you know, shout out to Miguel, because you're just not liking all this truth.
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
Tony C, my brother, salute. Tiago, Hollywood Leon, salute. Hen Dog, salute. All right, let's get to it, man. I'm gonna open up the panel in a little bit, because this is ridiculous, man. I have fun doing these memes. Snoop, what up, Snoop? I have fun doing these memes, man, because they tell stories. There is no reason for Teofimo Lopez not to be fighting Devin Haney. Now we're gonna go with I'm afraid to go to Riyadh season and fight Devin because I'm gonna get robbed. We're gonna go with that now? That's what we're going with? Oh, now y'all worried about judges? Wait a minute. Oh, Rod. I'll be there Thursday. I think I'll be there Thursday morning. I'll hit you behind the scenes. Man, I done booked my trip like last month, man. I'll hit you behind the scenes. I'll let you know everything. But look, man, that's what we going with now. Nobody wants it. Brian, what up? Nobody wants to go over to Riyadh because they're gonna get robbed versus Devin Haney. That's what we doing now. That's what we're doing. Oh my God. I could be a douche and say, ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, right? I could say that, right? Jay Good, what's going on? Yo. Oscar, you ain't beat Sweet Pea Whitaker. I was beefing about judges when you fought him. How about that? I was beefing about judging when Canelo fought Austin Trout. How about that? Julian, what up? Appreciate that. We really gonna talk about judging? Guess what? All the cats that are beefing about judges, some of this be your favorite fighters. Oh, he knocks everybody out. Oh, yeah, I'm talking about Mellow Yellow. Oh, what's Devin gonna do to keep him off of him? I don't know. Find out. 50 mil. Go punch Devin in the face. I gotta go over there and knock him out. I ain't gonna get a decision because, you know, that's his man. That's Turkey's man. And I gotta go. I ain't gonna be down on the cost. I gotta knock Devin out. Baltimore. Really, Negro? Wait a minute. If you're gonna knock him out, go do it for $50 million. Now, Dirt Gang, I ain't watch it yet. I'm never in a rush to watch these dudes talk to Andre Ward. I like being last. I like being last. And Keyshawn, as talented as he is, I don't forget what these dudes do. And I don't forget what they say. And there's going to be a point in this kid's career where he's going to need goal line defense. I mean, he's going to need that NFL special teams. He's going to need that. And I may or may not be there. Case in point, he has a no contest for marijuana, and they dragged him. Meanwhile, Ryan Garcia was running around smoking marijuana. And I don't care if it's places where it's legal. You're an athlete. Why are you smoking the marijuana? Don't care. What example are you setting for sports? On top of that, with racial comments, and Keyshawn jumped right up there and said, yeah, he want to fight him. And remember, it was him and it was Keyshawn and Shakur on that Instagram thing with Ryan. Remember that? I don't forget that. Price Sports, salute. Philip D. Redden in the building. Main biker, salute. I don't forget shit like that. I don't. So for now, I'm just going to talk about what he does in the ring. And there's things that these guys say that you absolutely have to remind them down the road. Hold on a second. Do something real quick. Hold on. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I'm sorry. Salute. Anyway. This type of time we on today, man. We ain't playing no games with this situation, bro. We ain't playing no games with this situation. This is absurd. This is absurd. 88, what up? ES, salute, Queen. Kawhi, what up? So, HMC, what up? This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Oh, salute. Bill just texted me. All right. This is ridiculous. I want you guys to reverse the roles for a minute. Reverse the roles. If this was Devin doing any of this, how would the world of boxing be perceiving him right now? Shamar, what up? My brother Trick Nolte in the building. Salute. I mean, just think about this for a minute. Reverse the roles. How would Devin be treated right now? How would DHP be treated right now? Let's say Devin was offered $11 million to fight Teofimo Lopez. Right? Forget what Devin's making in this situation. Just reverse the roles. Let's say Teofimo was the A side, and Teofimo was formerly undisputed, and blah 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 blah. And let's say Teofimo fought Ramirez the same way Devin fought Ramirez. They wouldn't be talking about how wacky of a performance it was. They wouldn't be talking about that. They would be saying he boxed. Right? That's what they would do. Let's just say that. And let's say $11 million was on the table for Devin Haney. And Devin Haney took his time, dragging his feet. They don't put out a date that they want to make the fight. And Devin, a couple of days later, says, you know what? No, just no. How would that be received to the world of boxing? And I'll say this. Rashad, what up? I'll say this. If the roles were reversed and Devin turned down that $11 million, I would legit call Bill and be like, what are y'all doing, man? What are y'all doing? What's the problem? You see what I mean? That's what I would do. That's what I would do. So why isn't the world of boxing holding Teofimo Lopez accountable? You know why. What little protection Teofimo does have, he's exercising it. No one's holding him accountable. He's going to be held accountable here. I'm really interested. At, I think 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Blue Blood will be having a debate with Punch Drunk Boxing. He's not only a Teofimo Lopez fan, that's his friend. I want to know the justification for all of this. I'm curious. I want to know what happened. What's going on? What is this? What is this? This man was just screaming and hollering about money, was he not? Was he not? Stillwater, what up, brother? Was he not crying about, I ain't even touch $1 million? I think he made $900,000 his last fight. I don't know. As you can see, don't I always tell y'all I don't really like to deal with the money thing. I just want these fights to be made. But everyone's talking about, the money got to be right. The timing got to be right. The fight need to be marinated. Turkey Alalshikh is the cheat code. The realest shit that Shakur ever said was, Turkey gonna make your nuts drop. Fight or flight, feast or famine. What my brother Kano Loco said, dope or dog food. That's a Kane lyric, by the way. That's a Kane ball. Ain't no half-stepping. So what you want, huh? Dope or dog food? What do you want? If you got a problem with somebody, and it's like, you know what, man? I ain't trying to go to prison, but I knocked this N-word out, bro. And Turkey Alalshikh somehow gets in contact with you, say, you want to fight him for real? Yeah. Without going to jail? Yeah. I will fly you out to Dubai, put you in the ring, and pay both of you guys $2 million a piece. Where do I sign? That's my answer. Where do I sign? Because I'm retired at that point. I'm retired. Where do I sign? You want me to work out and beat someone up that I don't like already? That's heaven. That's heaven. And win or lose, you up in a bank account. You up. Here these guys are doing this shit for a living. This dude haven't touched the mill. Turkey Alalshikh is giving you 11 of them. And this maniac, clown, coward said no. Eric Jordan in that super chat, much love. He said, Devin ain't ducking, no smoke. He got the ninja sword.
Give power to my nigger sword!
Salute. Yes, sir. Kill vibes in the building. Delano. That's the line. Trick, competition, I devour. It's like a pit bull against a chihuahua. Because when it comes to being dope, hot damn, I got it good. So let me tell you who I am. The B.I.G.D.A.D.D.Y.K.A.N.E. Yeah, come on, man. Big Daddy Kane. Brother Reef, salute. Bro, listen. Teofimo lost all privileges. Well, he ain't ever had none with me anyway. But at this point, even if you are a racist at heart, even if you're related to this kid or whatever, at least if you are a supporter of the sport of boxing, this right here, yo, you know what? His own wife should be like, yo, what? Win or lose, we were gonna be up. What? Now you see why his ex-wife don't fuck with him. You see this? I don't know if he's paying her child support, but she's face palming right now like, yo, what? He could have what? This is why. Remember that short video I played about him with his mental issues? I ain't even want to upload it. This dude is a coward. That's all this is. That's all this is. And oh yeah, I got that video of, I think, the new wife, you know, talking shit to Bud. He was like, what, bitch? Man, shut up. Escort this hoe out. You let this dude flick your bean with his tongue and you not worried about that jabberjaw he got? Sharp tooth from the land before time? Shark the Khan? Barracuda mouth? If he bit me, I'd lose my mind. Nigga look like he chew gravel. You ain't got to be a millionaire to get your goddamn fronts fixed, bruh. What's going on with you? Eric Jordan back in that super chat. He said, female asking what's going on. What's going on is Miguel clapping those goddamn cheeks.
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
That's what's doing. But boxing, please. Because roasting him is easy. But boxing, please. What is he doing? Matter of fact, are there any Teofimo Lopez fans in here? You can come out. I'd like to ask you, what's going on, man? 11 milli? What, you scared of Turkey? Turkey's paying you. Patrick, what up? Turkey's paying you. So this is what we're going with? This is it right here? Because now we heard Mellow Yellow say it, and now we're hearing this dude say it. I'm not going to get a fair shake in Riyadh season. Listen, what I've seen, he got the bread. You just got to go in there and perform. Whatever happens, happens. Corey, my brother, new fat boy in the building. Salute. It's just whatever happens. Well, okay. Let's talk about it. Y'all worried about that Shiraz? Oh, Leo. Okay, we got one here. He says, Leo says, nobody wants to fight a runner. Haney's a horrible fighter. You sound like this homosexual right here. Oscar De La Hoya. Devin Haney is calling Tio a duck? More like Tio is smart to not fight a runner who has less fans than Diddy does. Let's talk about runner. Little over 2 decades ago, Oscar fought a guy by the name of Felix Tito Trinidad. I want you guys to look at the last 3 rounds of that fight. What? You want to talk now? BBO, what up? You want to talk? And what is this? What are these Diddy references? If y'all missed the General's video this morning, I shared it. Go watch it. Because Oscar is the original Diddy. The original. Enough said about that, but let's get back to Teofimo Raggedy Mouth. Okay, Leo, would you like to come up here and have a conversation? I'm not gonna go back and forth with you in the chat. When you can, you know, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drop the link, and I would like for you to come up and state your case. Turn your camera on. Make sure that you're a real person. All right, I want to make sure you're a real person. You ain't got to cuss. You ain't got to scream. Just state your case. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation. Turn your camera on. Let me know you're a real person, and you can turn it on. I'll put you on the panel. We can have a conversation. Let's do it. I'm not doing all this back and forth in the chat. We ain't doing that. I want you to defend this. I have questions. Good sir, I have questions. So Leo, here we go. Here we go. Okay. All right, fine. Yeah, at work. Okay. Male employment is up. By the way, this is something I'm going to talk on the Painful Excellence podcast. Male employment is up. And you know what's up? No. Don't block him, y'all. Do not block him. Don't block him. Y'all ain't got to block him. He has an opinion. He ain't being disrespectful. He ain't cursing out Devin. He called him boring. That's his opinion. A lot of people call him boring. He's not disrespectful towards me. And that's fine. That's fine. I was just giving them the space and opportunity to defend Teofimo Lopez. Yeah, they're always at work, but whatever. I'm glad you have a job, Leo. Okay. It's the morning. He might be at work. He might be telling the truth. Okay, fine. I'll take you at your word, Leo. I don't know you to call you a liar. I don't know you. I've just never seen you before. Cardi C, salute. I just never seen you before. And I'm just giving you space and opportunity to plead your case. So I'll ask you this, Leo. Kudo, what up? I'll ask you this, Leo. What does Devin Haney being boring have to do with Teofimo Lopez, who is the opposite, I take it, exciting, right? Ducking $11 million to beat the boring fighter. What does that have to do with anything? This man was just talking about, I never touched $1 million. Here comes Turkey giving him 11 of them motherfuckers. So it don't matter who's boring or not. It don't matter. Doesn't matter. I have questions. Now, I don't know if you know where you at. I don't know if you watched me from behind and never said anything, but you just can't take it because I got Teofimo Lopez's name in my mouth. Today's the day. I want all Lopez fans to pull up and defend this because realistically, this $11 million ain't got nothing to do with Devin being boring, does it? He's supposed to be going to get his money. Plus, I know that y'all think that he's gonna beat Devin. And all I've been saying is, back like 6 or 7 years ago, there was nothing but space and opportunity. He didn't do it. He ducked them. We have a paper trail of that. And as of yesterday, there was $11 million. He's not complaining about, oh, well, Devin's he's getting a bigger share of the pot. No. Why won't you go get $11 million? Because the other guy's boring. Huh? What?
What?
This dude is afraid. He's afraid. I am True Maine, and that super chat salute. He says, if Devin is a horrible fighter, why not fight him and make him 10 times more, make it 10 times more than your biggest purse? Thank you. It doesn't make sense. It's like non-alcoholic beer. It doesn't make sense. It's like a slow speedboat.
What?
It doesn't make sense. It's like these chicks in Manhattan I see in Fifth Avenue. You walking around with your dog in a purse. What is that? Dogs are supposed to be on a leash, out your bag, walking around smelling shit and pissing on corners, and you curbing them. Why are you walking around with a dog in a bag? But your kids is on a leash. It doesn't make sense. Please come make that. I'm inviting any fan, any Devin Haney hater, because Devin's going to be all right. He's just going to go on and fight somebody else. Make sense of what Teofimo did without talking about Devin being boring. You can't do it. There's no excuse for Teo not to go get his bread. Your man's making you look bad. The real OG, Mr. Martin, that super chat salute. He says, Teo talking about getting a fair shake when he got 2 fights on his record that he clearly lost. Jermaine Ortiz and Sandro Martin, and nobody told him to run it back. Coincidence? Nobody told him to run it back. Guys need to stop, man. We have history on our side. I'm just asking someone to make this make sense. Leo says, nothing wrong debating, brother. I'm a casual boxing fan. Okay, well, let me give you some advice, Leo. Let me give you some advice. There's no casuals here. And your opinion and family, this is what I'm talking about. Thank you for being honest. Leo, thank you for being honest. They're saying you're a casual. There's nothing wrong with that. We all start out that way. You know, you might have you become a fan of a sport because of various reasons. The guy lives on your block, he's from your country, or you know someone that knows him, or you've seen him around before, and then he pops up on TV and says, oh, okay, so you support that guy and what he does. I understand. Whatever it is, why you support Teofimo. Now, it's a fine line, right? It's a fine line. Now, let me say this. It's a fine line. Let me dissect this for y'all. You might not even be a Teofimo Lopez fan. You just might be on the bandwagon of hate because you hear what everyone else says about Devin Haney. Regardless of which one you are, and I see you, Coach Eddie. I'm gonna bring you up in a second, my brother. I would recommend you do the homework. All right, I'll say some things, and what I'll tell you is to research it. And researching it doesn't necessarily mean going to other channels, because I have haters myself. Use Google for what it's for. Look up Devin Haney's record, look up Teofimo Lopez's record, and I'm telling you, these guys should have fought at least 7 years ago. Teofimo Lopez is the one that put it off. Teofimo Lopez is the one that said, I haven't even touched a mill yet. He was running around screaming and crying about money. Turkey Alalshikh was something that nobody saw coming. He literally just popped up about 2.5 years ago with all this money, real money, not mob money, not morning queen, not mob money, not back end money. And this, I'm not firing no shots at I'm not firing no shots at Al Heyman. I'm just saying Al Heyman had a unique business model where it was, you know, you'll get this amount of money up front, but I'll make sure you get the proper points on the back. So you might get $5 million up front, but when we count every kernel of popcorn sold and every hot dog in the building, you will get $35 million. And that worked. But it was a good business move for boxing at its time. But nobody saw a guy like Turkey coming through and doing what he's doing. And people are saying, oh, well, he's losing money. He's losing money. Look, a lot of this crap, he don't care about money. Because the bag that he has is different from what everyone else has. And that's one. Two, what do you care if he's losing money? He's throwing money. If he's throwing money in the garbage on this sport, y'all better go get as much of it as you can, because he's willing to put on the fights that we were waiting for years. Wilder, AJ, that still haven't happened because AJ's afraid. And he's taken away the thought process that these fanatics have today of them being these fake business managers. Oh, this fight ain't ready yet. It hasn't marinated yet. It's not ready yet. No. Strike while the iron's hot. If this guy's a champion and this guy's a contender, his mandatory, then they're fighting. That's it. And all these people complaining about Turkey Alalshikh, let me tell you something. Turkey Alalshikh exists because boxing has failed. Over the last 2 decades, it's failed. 4 years to get Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather done? Are you kidding me? Wilder versus AJ was never done. Are you kidding me? And the list goes on and on and on. Turkey Alalshikh kicked in the door, threw money around. Everybody ran over there to get their bread. And who's the only nigga complaining? Mellow Yellow, Tank Davis. Oh, y'all going over there and taking money and getting knocked out and risking y'all O's. Yeah, that's what boxing is. You're a champion. You risk your O by fighting your mandatories. You don't get to cherry pick. We still never got Lomachenko versus goddamn Tank Davis. And don't look now, shout out to BFTB, but according to my brother BF, they're trying to make a Nui versus Loma? You got to be kidding me. Loma had a backache just the other day. You got to be kidding me. It's a circus, and y'all better rejoice with this situation with Turkey Alalshikh. Listen, you can't detract. You can't tell me, oh, he's trying to bring boxing over there. Maybe boxing will be better in Saudi, because I'll get the fights that I want, God damn it. Because what have we done over the last couple of decades? It wasn't boxing. I didn't get Floyd. I didn't get Tank versus Loma when I wanted it 6 years ago, 5 or 6 years ago. I didn't get Shakur versus Tank. I didn't get Wilder versus AJ. Got you fans thinking that this is the way to go. And what happens is boxing media has molded the casual fans to say the negative about the fighters that are actually trying to get shit done. What did they do? What did they say about Deontay Wilder? Skinny legs, can't talk, he's from Alabama, can't sell out his hometown. Meanwhile, he's knocking everybody out, and he's the lightest heavyweight in the heavyweight division. Everybody outweighed him. And all we heard was the negative. And he ain't shit. Gets absolutely robbed against Tyson Fury, and we had to bring to light all the corruption behind the scenes, something that ESPN hasn't done. They still haven't done it. And you guys celebrated Tyson Fury, and now I can't find an American Tyson Fury fan. And by the way, Tyson Fury is no longer allowed on American soil due to his association with a goddamn thug. And nobody tells you this. So Leo, I mean to sound long-winded. If you're a casual, salute to you for admitting that. But you don't break into the sport by running with the negative narrative, because it makes you look a certain way. The goal here is to defend Teofimo Lopez, not to drag his opponent who was going to give him his highest payday. The result of not DHP was going to pay him $11 million. There was a situation where he was going to earn his highest payday, and all he had to do was fight, and he said no. This is like the 5th time he's ducked Devin, and it's disgusting. So I'm asking any Lopez fan, anyone, pull up, make this make sense. And salute to y'all on the panel, man. Salute to y'all, man. Wait, let me read this super chat. Eric Jordan, in that super chat, he says, realistically, Mr. Female calls out fighters and ducks. That's what he does. Now, Leo, you're wrong on that, brother. You're wrong on that. See, now you said you was a casual. And where did you hear, you see, look. You see what he's writing? Where did you Post the article where they say, fellas on the panel, y'all reading this? Y'all reading this? Okay. At the end part, he says there is a reason why the no running rule about to be implemented. I haven't heard of that. You said it's about to be implemented. Where did you get that? Post the link. What sanctioning body is petitioning for that? Who's voting on that? Where did you hear this? Or did you hear it from another reputable source? A bigger YouTube channel? This is the same shit we went through when they said Devin Haney's been breaking the rules for a long time. By way of the California State Athletic Commission. I did a whole live stream on that. I debunked it. Leo, here's my advice to you. Sit back and enjoy the show. Stop talking. All right? Post a reputable source who said that there's about to be a no running rule. Where did you get that? Because I haven't heard it. And I'm everywhere. Now, as far as it being a mismatch, do you know what mismatch means? You say Haney don't like coming forward against power punches. That's why he's a runner. Well, Ryan Garcia was high. He was high off that juice. And Devin was coming forward. So where did you get that he don't like coming forward against power punches? I don't know where you get that from. The goal of his previous fight was to get out of that fight unscathed while winning. So he's nice and fresh to fight Ryan Garcia 4 months from that date. Ryan failed. Getting dropped in the second round by a left hook that I can no longer unsee. You got to be real careful. Look. You all want boxing to be... See, Leo, don't get offended because I don't have to lie to you. I'm giving you an educated opinion. This is the part where you put on your man pants and take responsibility and listen. You can't learn when you're in your feelings. You can't learn when you're emotional. When you get popped upside your head in the boxing ring and you try to get back emotionally, everybody on this panel will tell you what happened to you. Oh, he punched me in the face. I gotta get that hit back. You might get hit again because you're emotional. Instead of taking a step back and say, well, shit, why'd that happen? Get out that round. Your coach has to tell you, this is why this happened. We worked on this in the gym. You got to learn how to walk. You got to learn how to ride a bike. You got to learn how to keep your left hand up, your right hand up. You got to learn lateral movement. You got to learn head movement. You got to learn these things. You are a casual. By way of your own admittance, you're a casual. There are no casuals here. This is the part where you just stop and listen, Leo. I'm trying to educate you now. I'm qualified for that. You saying that we all want boxing better? Yes. Make the fights. Why is he ducking 11 million, man? So you're telling me that Teo is correct in his position in ducking $11 million after complaining about money because it won't be an exciting fight? Well, he walked forward with Jermaine Ortiz and everyone says, oh, Jermaine won that fight. He ran versus Sandor Martin. Everyone says Sandor Martin won that fight. But he got the win against them. But he's afraid to go to Saudi because he might get robbed? What? Casual versus regular. Wake up, Leo. At this point, you can't, please, don't argue with me, man. Don't do it. Coach Hudson in the building, salute. Don't do it. Just. I don't know what this has to do with what I'm talking about here. I work for transit. I'm a bus operator in New York City. But I bet I know more boxing than a brain surgeon who just knows Mike Tyson. That's all. What do you know about boxing? Well, I was a Mike Tyson fan, and Muhammad Ali's the greatest. He makes $400,000 a year. I make $110 if I do some overtime. But he doesn't know boxing. Guess what? That brain surgeon can't get on my bus and drive it. He don't even know how to start the damn bus. And don't make us switch positions because if someone lays on the table and I got to perform brain surgery, he's dead. I'll just be staring at his skull like, I'm supposed to cut this thing? Or what am I doing? So you being a network admin, I seat, S-E-A-T, I seat at the NOC. I don't know what that means, brother, but that has nothing to do with what we're talking about here, good brother. So please, continue working and just listen to the show. And that's it, man. Leo, stop talking. Stop talking, brother. Stop talking. You don't know boxing. You're a casual. You just said that. Look. Now okay. Now I know what ilk you come from. Now you're just attacking Devin. You're just attacking Devin. I'm asking you politely, stop and just listen to the show, bro. Everyone stop talking to him, because now he's running around defending Ryan Garcia with a billionth of a gram. Like we haven't defended this, like we haven't debunked all of this bullshit. All right, Leo, stop. Everyone stop talking to him. I'm telling you, Leo, stop, because now you're sounding like a goddamn racist. You're in here defending a Latino, two of which who are racist, Leo. Two are racist.
Hey, Drew, I think he got popped anyway.
Two of them are racist. All right? You already identified yourself as a casual. You're talking crazy about Devin, but that has nothing to do with Leo ducking Teo ducking 11 million. Has nothing to do with it. And now you're talking about this billionth of a gram. Now you say you're smart. You cannot inject a billionth of a gram into your system. That means there was more in there, and the billionth is what they caught. Stop. I'm asking you to stop. Get educated. Get educated. There's no way you can inject a billionth of a gram into your body. There's no way you can inject it or put it in your mouth. There's no way. They caught it when it was leaving. Marijuana is also what? A masking agent. Stop, bro. I'm being polite to you. Stop. Don't be wrong and strong. Everything you're in here trying to do, we did it already. Leo, do you box? You know, I ain't even gonna go there. It don't matter. It don't matter. Leo, stop talking, bro. I'm asking you to stop talking. Dead serious. Stop. Eric Jordan, that super chat, he said Ryan couldn't see the left hook. Crying his car. Exactly. Crying the car. Because when he got off the damn drugs, out of the ring for a year, off the goddamn drugs, what happened? He got outboxed by Rolly. And we weren't the only ones. There was pro fighters saying, Peds matter. He was clearly on drugs. You don't do what you did to Devin Haney and then come back and look like that against Rolly Romero. No, I understood you perfectly, Leo, but your arguing points are old and they're crazy. We debunked them in real time when they happened. You are not qualified to debate this with me at all. You're not. So I'm asking you, remain silent and just listen to what we have to say here. Because this has nothing to do with Devin other than Teo getting into the damn ring and fighting him. Why did he duck $11 million? Listen to your answers. Because Devin is boring? So what? Go get your bread. Go get your bread that you was complaining. He was complaining about his money. He said, oh, he only made $900,000. Well, Turkey got 11 mil for you. Why are you not going to get your money? Since people like to pocket watch, go get your money. You don't like what Devin does in the ring? Make him stop. Cut off the ring. Stab him to the body. How come Ramirez couldn't do that? The pro that he is, the former champion he is. You know why? Because Devin's a superior fighter. There it is. And y'all can't stand that. Y'all called Floyd Mayweather a runner for 12 years. And I said, yo, fuck it. You don't like it? Beat him. That's all I said. And when I say things like that, then y'all start talking about he beats women and he gay and all this other stuff. I said, blah, 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 blah. Beat him in the ring. No one could do it. There goes that. Manny gonna do it. Manny gonna do it. Manny gonna do it. He couldn't do it. And what did he do? Yeah, my shoulder, because I ate the rice. I ate the rice in my shoulder. Like, what, man? If you don't shut up. Let me read this super chat, then I'm gonna go to the panel, man. Salute. The real OG, Mr. Martin. He says, I suggest that boxing implements a unable to cut off the ring rule if we're gonna implement that other BS. Exactly. Cut off the ring. Y'all know what y'all dealing with? Cut off the ring. If he couldn't make Devin do something different, Devin didn't need to change up a goddamn thing. He got out of that fight unscathed. He got out that fight unscathed. It was Ramirez's responsibility to make him do something different. It was Ramirez. But because he couldn't close the deal, people want them to be, change the rules now. To make them do something different, man. Yo, look, y'all always doing this to black fighters, man. Y'all always doing this shit. Boxing back in the day, when Jack Johnson was fighting, it was brutal. You get knocked down, the ref will be counting. As soon as you get up, you could be getting swarmed. Imagine getting knocked on your ass, and as soon as you get up, hard punching ass Jack Johnson's jumping on you again and knocking your ass around. No, they was like, no, we got to change that. Not this big buck, but let the big buck get knocked around. Nope, the rules are just fine. Nobody called Paulie Malignaggi pillow fisted. He broke his hands in every goddamn fight. He didn't have a high KO ratio. Speaking of racist. Anyway, let me go to the panel. Coach Eddie, you in the building, brother. Salute. You're on mute, brother.
Hey, yo, what's going on? What's going on, brother Drew? What's happening? Salute to the panel, brother. Man, I'm good, man. I just been listening to you cook, man. You know what I'm saying? Frying like bacon up there, frying like hot grease, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. This cat Tio, man. You know, I think he knew he was gonna get cooked with Dev, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's so many great fighters out there right now. They really don't even need this dude, man. They can play ball amongst themselves, man, and just leave this clown on the outside looking in. Freeze him out. He don't bring nothing to the game. He has no fan base. He's toxic as nuclear waste. It's not needed. It's so much talent out there. The options for all these fighters. I mean, it's almost like a reset going back to the heyday. Look at all the great African-American fighters that we have on the horizon right now. Young, up and coming. Guys that are in their prime. Guys that are even out of their prime but still got a great name. So at the end of the day, T.O. is irrelevant. This dude is like what you call a self-check. You know, on the basketball court, you ain't even got to check this dude. He gonna check himself. This dude he's a crash dummy, man. You know what I'm saying? He's a crash dummy, man. So I love to see this guy sabotage himself, man. It's a beautiful thing to watch this dude crash out like that. I'm gonna land my plan right there, brother.
Yeah, it's magnificent because I always tell my audience, time reveals all truth. And a lie is nothing but the long way to the truth. He could have been fought Devin Haney. Before y'all were calling him a runner, he could have been fought Devin. He didn't do it. Now there's 11 million, and he said no, y'all. BVO, salute to you, good brother.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Chilling, brother. What you got, brother?
Yeah, salute to my brother Montel Williams, a.k.a. Jew, man. But I mean, I appreciate my man, Dr. King, Coach Eddie coming up here saying that. But I'll say this, as a guy who used to support Teal, I'll say this. That's a very difficult fight for a guy who struggles to be first. And then we seen something new with Devin. Well, I'd never seen him move like that. So probably the thought is, hey, I struggle to be first. How do we know that? We seen the fight with Ortiz. Ortiz was in there running around, spinning Teal around. Teal couldn't figure out how to cut the ring off. And you seen what happened. So I think it's because it's a tough fight. Teal just won't say, hey, man, that's a tough-ass fight. That's why I'm not taking it. That's why he wanted to fight with Boots. That's why he wanted to fight with Josh Taylor, because he's seen something that tells him they're going to come to me. And you know for a fact, Devin already knows I'm not about to fight this nigga on the back foot. So guess what? Teal said, well, if you're not going to fight me the way I want you to fight me, fuck you. And Is he the first guy to do it? We seen Sugar Ray Leonard say, hell no, I ain't fighting my man from Cincinnati. I'm not doing that. So it's not nothing new. It's just that's just
He's talking
boxing.
about Aaron Pryor, y'all.
And Pryor, yes. I mean, it's nothing new. It's nothing new. When it's a hard ass fight, fighters typically say, unless it's worth it, you know what? Hey, I ain't taking that fight. Because you gotta remember, Tio already lost to George Cambozo. So people already count him out. If you go on there and I think
he didn't run it back. Let's not forget that. He didn't run it back.
He didn't run it back, but everybody's not Floyd. Everybody's not going to make it right. That's what I mean when I say that. Like,
everybody's not held to the standard that Floyd was held to. Anytime a black fighter has a close fight, they say he lost or he needs to run it back. Teofimo was not made to run it back with Sandor Martin or Jermaine Ortiz or the fight that he actually lost against George Kambosos. No one said run it back.
Nakatani, I mean, he had a tough ass fight with Nakatani. I mean, it's
Nakatani,
just
no one said run it back. You see what I mean?
Yeah, I just think when it comes to them, I'll be honest with you. I think Devin and Tio, to me, are some of the dudes in boxing who don't give a fuck about who they fight, and they not caught up in the whole rigmarole. So honestly, I want to see them do well. I don't know if they'll ever fight, and it's probably Tio's fault. But let's just be honest here. If you struggle to be first,
it's his fault.
If you struggle to be first, you're not going to fight a guy like that. You're just not. And as my man Dr. King, so I'm gonna land my plane there.
Now to 86 in that super chat. He says, salute Drew, salute to the panel and to the mighty LDBC. Much love to everyone in the chat. Keep cooking these bozos. Hashtag LDBC for life. Hashtag F the haters. Hashtag we outside. Thank you so much, brother. BVO, it's 100% his fault. 100% his fault. 100%. This fight's not happening because of Teofimo Lopez. And I just want to hear from his supporters or the Haney haters, why did this dude say no? That's all I want to know. Insane Talk was up next, and then my brother Steve L came through. Insane Talk, what up, brother? You on mute? If you can hear me, take yourself off mute. There
Yeah, I hear you, man. What's going on with you, Drew?
Chilling, brother.
Oh, man, I just wanted to come on real fast because I seen the boy BVO on here, right? And low-key, he was on BFTV channel yesterday doing some major Haney hating, right? Like, so dude,
I was hating
Haney hater.
Sounds crazy.
Hold on, let me finish, though.
My bad. Go ahead.
So, the dude just said Tio will fight anybody. Tio don't fight nobody. Tio's a bum. Like, get that through your mind, Tio's a bum. For you to think that Tio gonna beat Boots is insane, bro. It's insane for you to even utter that out your mouth. But it is what it is. We know Tio a coward. We know it's the reason why he don't want to fight Devin is Tio. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to know why you a hater, homie. Like, listening to you yesterday, I was like, damn, this nigga a real hater. Like, I don't understand, but I don't know. Like, could you let me know why you a hater?
Can I answer that?
Go ahead.
Salute to you, my brother, man. I'm not going to attack you, man. That's what they want us to do. So I'm not going to attack you, man. They've been coming at people like me, black men like me, for 400 years. So if you feel like I don't, if I say something,
what are you talking about?
Now, let him respond.
I don't know what you are. I can't see. So I don't know if you're black. But anyway, like I said, me being an Asiatic black man, I'm not going to take what you're saying to offense. I've always said this about Devin. I became a Devin fan when I seen Devin getting up off the canvas. When I seen him fight Ryan, and I seen this nigga say, you know what? I'm willing to die in this ring before I let you knock me out. I said, well, damn. Let me go ahead and let me start rooting for Devin, man. So I'll be honest. Do I think Devin's style is my style? No. Because if you know BVO like brothers that come forward. I like the Mexican style, the sweet science. I like seeing people beat people dead. So that's what I like to see. So I don't necessarily want to see you box.
Wait, hold on, brother. Mexican style is a sweet science?
In my opinion.
Which one?
I think it's a sweet science to me.
No. Which Mexican style? Would that be Triple G's Mexican style or Marquez, Chavez, or which one?
I would say Marquez. I would say more Marquez, a little Triple G too. Basically, where you bringing the fight to the opponent. That's kind of how, like, I grew up. My first fight that I ever watched was Ron Lau's George Foreman. I like when guys get in there and
there was nothing scientific about that fight.
Yeah, I don't want to see no science. I want to see brothers get in there and get beat dead. That's what I want to see.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not a hater, man. And guess what, brother? I love you. Nothing you can do about it. So don't go against me because I'm black, man.
Now let me go on the rebuttal. I'm a black man too. You know You know what I'm saying? Definitely 100% black. I'm not going against you. I heard you going against Devin yesterday, bigging up dudes like Teofimo Lopez, and all like the Hispanic fighters, which you just said you like the Mexican style, which shows me you got bias towards slick back black fighters. I'm only going with what you said. I'm not going on my own opinion. It's what you said, brother. You show that like you don't like black fighters or you a Haney hater. I heard you yesterday say what you said, and I'm just confronting you about it. If you say you a Haney fan because he got up off the ground or whatever, that's cool. All right, that's smooth. Was you a Haney fan when he was whooping on Loma? Could you answer that one for me?
I thought Loma won. No, I
I
didn't.
bet
I
in the
thought
fuck
Loma
you
won.
did. I bet you did,
I
huh?
did.
Drew, I'm going.
I
That's
did.
all I
I
needed
thought.
to hear, brother. Hey, I'm going, brother. Y'all enjoy your day, man. California love, homie.
All right, bro.
Hey, I love those gaslighters, man. But they do that, man. They do that to black men. They did it to Malcolm X. They do it to Martin Luther King. What can I say? They gonna do it to black people.
All right, let me go to Steve L. to Mac, my brother. What up, bro?
Nah, what up, dude?
What's good, bro?
Well, I ain't got too much to say, But no, yeah, man. He don't like black people, but he's big in the PBC now. What's up with that, bro? BB, what's up? OG, triple OG.
Sir. I just noticed that in your avatar, brother, that's Thomas standing to your right on the left side of the screen.
Yeah, because he didn't want to take my picture that night. He was hating that night. I love Thomas. That's my big brother.
Yes, sir. All right, I see you backstage, JD Valentine. Just turn your camera on real quick so I see that you're a real person. I'll let you up. Because I can't see. It's just a dark screen. I just want to make sure you're a real person. I don't want no trolls coming up here and, flashing their penis, trying to get my channel taken down. JD, I see you backstage. Just turn your camera on for a second so I can see you're a real person. Nah, cats do that, man. It was crazy, man. During that, oh, he left. See?
I ain't gonna lie to you. You like one of the funniest niggas on YouTube, bro.
Nah, I don't try to be, bro. I don't try to be. I'm just saying, I've seen some crap. When BSTP was going at AJ,
yeah.
I don't know if y'all was around for that, but there was dudes, they come up there, and before you and we ain't know no better. We just let them up. And this one dude started stripping, bro. It was like, what the fuck? Yo, it was crazy. All of this in the name of AJ.
Dude had the underwears on his head. Remember that one?
You remember that?
I was there on every last one of them.
Bro, crazy, bro. Crazy work, man. But anyway,
what happened to all those AJ fans? They disappeared.
They were never fans. They were all Wilder haters. That's been exposed. Just like oh, that was you, Ladman. Okay, brother. All right, just get your camera together. Come on back. It's all good, brother. It's all good. I hope you understand. I just gotta be careful because there's a lot of weirdos out here. You know what I mean? So I don't mean anyone any disrespect. Just all right, good brother. All right, good brother. I see you. Ramel, what up? We just gotta be careful because it becomes our responsibility if we let these cats on and then they do something, YouTube ain't hearing it. They're like, no, it's your responsibility. Like, yo, we didn't know he was gonna do that. So now we gotta, So there were never any Fury fans in America. There were never any AJ fans in America. They were just Wilder haters. And they went against us. Because if there was any real Fury fans, they'd be around right now. If there was any real AJ fans, they'd be around right now.
Drew.
Yeah.
There was only one AJ fan. Remember his name was AD?
Oh.
And once that boy, what's his name? Andy. Once Andy knocked him off his heels. Hey, we haven't heard from AD since, bro.
Yeah, he's gone.
Legend is he's still on the London Bridge right now.
Yeah, man. Listen. But as if we're talking boxing, I just want to rejoice. Getting these fights made, and realistically, if we support the sports, it's okay to support one fighter more than the next, but we should be rejoicing that these fights are being made. In a perfect world, Mellow Yellow agrees to fight Devin, and although Mellow Yellow has his group of supporters and Devin has a group of supporters, we all should be able to get on the panel and discuss why we think our guy's going to win. In a perfect world, but that's what I'm saying. prior to the internet, these fights were being made in the 80s and 70s and in the 90s to some degree. I don't recall my dad and my uncles and his friends every weekend arguing over who's getting the bigger purse split, Hagler or Hearns. I don't recall those. It's like, no, this guy's going to win because of this, and no, and Hagler's going to win because of this, and that, and Hearns going to win. Those are the debates I remember. I used to be just sitting down, me and my brother, just listening to the points. Somebody's going to be right. Somebody's going to be wrong. And when the fight happened, it was a big old fight party. I don't know how we survived the 80s because everybody, when my dad wasn't a smoker, but my uncles were, and it was just a smoke-filled room, and everyone was around that big ass. Y'all remember the big-ass TV that used to sit on the floor at grandma's house? Yes.
It's called a floor monitor, Drew.
Floor monitors, yeah.
Yeah.
The shit that you bang your toe on at 3 in the morning? Yeah.
Yep, all of them was big and brown.
Yup. And I remember it erupting watching that fight. I remember that. Those were the good old days. And whoever was Team Hearns, they were like, no, but it was all in good fun. Because they got to see a great fight for as long as it lasted. You understand? Nowadays, these managers, they prolonging a fight between a fighter's contemporaries is only in the best financial interest of the person managing that fighter. And we do the dirty work. We get on here and scream and cuss each other out instead of saying, hold on. What we need to do, the fans of this fighter and the fans of the opposite fighter, what we need to do. And I see you, JD. You can turn it off if you want. What we need to do is go to their manager and say, yo, look, stop. Oh, it says device not connected. JD, it said, damn, your shit went out. JD, it went out. I don't know what
he
you
better
did.
give her that iPhone, man.
It looked like he in the crib. Damn, it said device not connected, brother. Oh man, he did something because the picture was up. I could see him. Damn, I don't know. Whatever you did, do it backwards. Undo it. Because I can't let you, it won't let me let you up. All you got to do if you want to turn your camera off, there's a camera button there. Just press stop cam. Damn, he had it too. All right, go out and come back in, and I guess just leave your camera on, or just turn it face down if you want to be seen. Go out and come back in. Venus marching that super chat salute. He says, "Know this Miguel Bias." Oh, here he go.
Yep.
Know this Miguel Bias Negro ain't invoked the code. Don't call us when you say
Mexican style is a sweet science.
Michigan style is the sweet science. Gone over there.
Wow.
God
now
damn.
I'm a Negro and all this. Wow.
Okay. Hey, JD, salute, brother.
Wow.
Welcome to the show, man. JD, you on, brother?
He's still
JD,
getting
you
put
hear us?
together,
JD, you hear us? Oh man, what's wrong? JD, okay, I can see you, but I can't hear you. Wait, yo, listen, you can hear me? JD, you can hear me?
Look at
Okay.
him.
Are you on your cell phone? Are you on the phone?
He's on the laptop.
You're on the laptop. Okay. You can see the bottom of the screen.
We got that Mac from 1988.
All right, all right. Hold on. Because I had a guest that had this same issue. He got to press those 3 buttons over his When you see the slot at the bottom, you got to press the 3 buttons over your name, and it says mic, edit mic settings, and you have to adjust it to your device.
BVO.
D-Free,
brother,
D-Free,
BVO.
D-Free, salute. D-Free in the building.
Yo, what's up?
So who Tio go fight next?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Who wants to fight him next? Who gonna fight? What are you gonna do next?
Shelf time.
I'm gonna get paid like 900. You know what I'm saying?
I really can say the truth, man. I don't give a fuck who T.O. fight. I don't watch him no more.
I feel you on that. I don't care what he does next either. But that's a conversation. Coach.
I mean, my
what do you
brother
think
D3
Tio does
said it
next?
best.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you what T.O. gonna do. He gonna do what he normally does. He's gonna turn down big fights, and then he gonna fight a no-name guy for about $1 million, and then he gonna complain about it like a fool that he is. Because that's what he does.
He's gonna be over Oscar De La Hoya.
I seen him and Oscar De La Hoya. You know, but see, Oscar gonna chump him off. Oscar ain't gonna give him that type of money. We already know how Oscar get down. Oscar gonna give him a sorry contract. He probably gonna be making $1.5, $2 million to fight some in-house fights. When he's turned down so many. T.O. don't want to fight nobody. He try to fool the public. He don't want to fight nobody. There's plenty of smoke at 140, but T.O. like to fight a certain type of fighter. And those guys with the freckles are too close together. He don't like them type of fighters like that. You know what I'm saying? These freckles are a little bit too close.
And coach, like you said,
but you know what? I used to like Camacho, and I feel like that's what T.O. kind of reminds me of Camacho a little bit. You know, he kind of rises to the occasion.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
That don't make sense.
Wait, y'all. Golem says Wilder should have took the $50 million. To be frank.
Yeah, casual.
Wait a minute, brother.
He see the king of my picture. That's why he said some of the stinking ass.
Yeah, he saw your picture. That's why he's. Listen, man. Again. Wilder should have took. You see why what we do here is important.
When did Wilder get off the 50
Wilder should have took the $50 million.
If I'm not mistaken, he gave that. He tried to get that to AJ.
Wilder was the one that gave him the $50 million. The $50 million between Al Heyman and Shelly Finkel. They came up with $50 million. That's what AJ asked for.
Yep.
He said, check your email. And then all of a sudden, AJ said, I'm not selling my soul for $50 million. So where did you get Wilder should have took the $50 million? You see how people switched and been, Delano, I see you backstage, but once again, your device is not connected.
But Drew, that's one of them long lost AJ fans. You heard us talking earlier. That's what it is.
Exactly, man.
He said, I'm still alive.
Golem, stop. You see why what we do here is important? You see, now we're 7 years removed from that circus. We're 7 years removed from that. And now in his mind, he's trying to change history. No, we were all here. I did various videos about it. When Wilder said, check your email, the next argument was Wilder never even made $50 million. Who is he to give $50 million? No. Al Heyman is connected where he can come up with $50 million to give this fighter. Okay? He made that fight happen. Between Al Heyman and Shelly Finkel, they had connections. They got in contact with people that could foot the bill for that. He said, check your email. And then Eddie Hearn ran around lying.
Yep.
All right, for you, Golem, because I actually have this handy.
Question. We already know the question I'm going to ask. Everybody wants to know, Deontay Wilder offered $50 million.
It's very kind of him.
Are you guys going to take it? If not, why not?
Well, because we haven't had an offer yet. All we've had is a piece of paper from a guy from Alabama. So let's see a contract, let's see proof of funds, let's see what we have to do, what our obligations are to earn that kind of money. If it's real, we have to look at it, and it's something that's of interest. But if they expect us to make a decision and accept a fight today based on a piece of paper from, as I said, a guy from Alabama, then they're widely mistaken.
First things first, I want to thank you and appreciate the invite that you had me to such a event.
No problem. Thank you for coming, sir.
I appreciate it. Now, Eddie, the last time we spoke and we did an interview, I asked you about the Deontay Wilder and the negotiations, and you said in two different separate occasions you said that you need to see proof of funds. But I saw a video you did with IFL TV, and you said you never asked to see proof of funds. Could you clear up the confusion with that?
No, I haven't seen proof of funds. I haven't asked to see proof of funds. I've just asked some very simple questions, which they've answered, to be fair to them. Let's see proof of funds. 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 Let's see proof of funds.
Well, you get the picture. You get the picture. I know we all look alike. I know we all look alike, but that was a 2-week span. Blue asked him. He said, "Let's see a contract. Let's see proof of funds." 2 weeks later, the same black man stood in front of him asked the same question because he heard him say something different to IFL TV, and he lied straight to Blueface and said, I never asked to see a contract. I never asked to see proof of funds. It was 2 weeks later, man. 2 weeks. Just let them talk. They will tell you exactly who the F they are, bro. You see what I mean? You see? So, Golem, I hope that answers your question. You see how you handle that? So Jimmy Boxing said, wait, who you, Jimmy, who you, what do you mean? He must be talking about, he must be talking about Golem, not me. He must be talking about Golem, not me. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted from that AJ and Wilder fiasco.
Yeah, man. That's a shame we didn't get that fight, man. That fight should have happened when both of those guys were undefeated, man. Right. And at the time, that fight had so much intrigue, man.
Undisputed.
So much intrigue.
One fight away from undisputed, bro. One fight away. And you know, British fans did more tap dancing and prevented that fight.
Right.
They prevented it. And all AJ, the A-side AJ, all he had to do was say yes. That's all he had to do. That's all he had to do. And he didn't do it because he's afraid. And I didn't put that scared coat on him until I met Tay Jones and he started telling me things that he was seeing. That guy's literally has a genuine fear of Deontay Wilder. Okay, Jimmy Boxing. Yeah, I figured you was talking to that dude, Golem. I figured that. Yeah, man. I mean, but getting back to Tio, man. So this guy's ducking $11 million to go hang out with Oscar De La Hoya.
So at the end of the day, Oscar go do the same thing by the book. He go look at his last fight and he see he only made $900K. He's not going to get nothing.
He ain't gonna get nothing.
He ain't gonna get nothing.
When Ryan Garcia,
don't you got a son? This dude crazy.
When Ryan Garcia had to pay that fine, everyone said, "Oh man, you know DHP sued him and Ryan had to pay him." When Ryan Garcia paid that fine, who did he pay it to? Y'all know? Because it wasn't DHP. Didn't he pay Golden Boy?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
A lot of people don't know that because I had motherfuckers tell me, "Oh, well, he sued him. He sued him. He sued." I'm like, no. You could sue somebody, but where you paid, you could sue somebody and not be successful. You just wasting your money on lawyers.
Yep.
Ryan Garcia was in violation of his contract. Bing, bing, bing. Ended up paying Golden Boy. That's what happened. Y'all complain about the lawsuit. Y'all can't complain about it anymore because what he was suing Ryan for, Turkey said, I'm going to compensate you cash money. Let's drop the lawsuit and I set it up that y'all can actually fight and you can get it back in blood. They were like, done. DHP was paid out from what I was told. And if I'm mistaken, somebody correct me.
Nope, you're not mistaken.
He was paid out. They paid them out. Right? And we were supposed to get the fight back in blood, right? Something that y'all said he was supposed to do, right? Get it back in blood. And Ryan failed. Not only did he fail the drug test, but he also failed against Rolly. How do you get outboxed by Rolly Romero? How does that happen?
Well, like I said, it looked like when they sparred the 2 times, dude, for real. Exact same.
All right, JD, you on now? Can we hear you?
What's going on, everybody? Can you hear me now?
Got you. Good
what up, brother?
Man, I worked on this for 20 minutes, bro, just to get on you. Hey, shout out to you, Drew Titan, man. It's my first time coming on your show. I want to talk about Tio for a minute, man, because with that, what's going on with Tio, man? He's been ducking for quite some time, and people don't usually call out his ducking. He's I heard the rumor that he had been ducking Haney for quite some time. I didn't believe it, but after getting offered $11 million, you turned down the fight. That's your highest payday, and you're the type of fighter that fights to the level of your competition. Devin Haney's top level competition. Tio's not going to take that. He wants an easy touch, and a light amount of money just to keep his name relevant. But he's nothing but a professional racist. That's how I feel.
That's a true story, brother. That's a true story. And people that are new to the game, like we just had a casual named Leo that was in here. You know, if that was a real person, it might have been Tio for all I know. I don't know. Tio, Leo, this is eerily coincidental that their names rhyme. I don't know. These fighters do tune into our channels to see what's being said about them. But what I'm saying is, this should be the last straw. If you just watch boxing and you could tell me, oh yeah, I don't get into the race thing, or I just want the best to fight the best. All right, so keep it boxing. There is no reason for him to turn down $11 million. That's it. And if you're new to this, and I'm talking to the young man, Leo, I don't know how old he is, I'm just gonna call him a young man. Use this situation and follow the paper trail and go backwards. There was no reason for him to not fight Devin like 7 years ago. Case in point, when he became undisputed, the WBC literally changed the rules in real time because the franchise status was not transferable. I remember that. It was a special privilege awarded. You had to request it. The board voted on it, and they say yes or no. The first franchise champion was Canelo Alvarez. Magically, that status popped up when it was time for him to fight Jermall Charlo. And Jermall Charlo was robbed out of that opportunity. And nobody said anything but us. Okay? The second one was Vasily Lomachenko. He was supposed to fight who? Devin Haney. And instead, he asked Mauricio Sillyman for a franchise status. They voted on it and gave it to him. But the rule is you can't be regular WBC champion. Now, I won't say regular, real WBC champion while being a franchise status. You have to make a decision. He decided to obtain this new status, this new concept, and relinquish the real belt. And that's how Devin ended up with it. Devin wanted to fight the man for it. And instead of saying, hey, man, why'd you duck Devin Haney? They chose to call Devin Haney the email champion instead of ridiculing and holding the person accountable who sent the goddamn email. Right? Teofimo fights Lomachenko, takes the belts, and in that, because they were fighting in the bubble, we was just coming out of the pandemic. And I'm like, okay, he won, but why did they give him the green belt? That green belt is the franchise status. Magically, all of a sudden, it's transferable now. The rules changed right there in real time. And I said, oh, man, I know what they're about to do. I know what they're about to do. And that's when he started running around saying I'm undisputed because Loma had the WBC belt. He had it, but he gave it up. Why? Because if he'd have fought Devin back then, Devin would have took that shit from him. Now, I know people might say, oh, well, you think he'd have beat him back then? My thing is this. You got to ask Loma because he ducked him. That's what happened. Never mind what we think. The reality is he didn't think he could beat Devin at that time. That's the reality of it. So the rules state he was not the real WBC champion. And all of a sudden, it was transferable. ESPN, these dozers and these sausages all online talking about Teofimo was undisputed. No, you didn't. Oh, well, he was the last WBC champion. No, he wasn't. He was about to get beat up by Devin Haney. He let the belt go. So I said, check this out. Now, here's the mind fuck right now. Okay, Devin's the email champion. Bet. Teofimo got 3 belts. Bet. You know what has to happen next, right? Devin versus Teo for undisputed. What happened? Why don't I just play for you what happened?
Duck.
Hey, Devin Haney made a comment, trying to make whatever it is. But at the end of the day, Devin, you don't know. The WBC is not going to have you, even if you do the competition, they're not going to have you fight for the title. You can get mad at everything. I'm fighting for the title after this fight, for the IBF. And then after that, me and Loma for all 4. And where are you? You're not going to get a shot, bro. And you don't know that, but we do. And that's what we did. I'm not going to fight more fights. So it is what it is, man. Talk what you got to talk, my dude. But at the end of the day, you're not becoming a world champion at 135.
You see what I mean? What they didn't factor in They did not factor in that Devin Haney. They did not factor in that Devin Haney was going to get ducked, and they made up that status for Lomachenko. They made it up for Lomachenko. They said we know a way out of this. The WBC wanted they wanted Lomachenko to wave their banner. Him being undisputed, a Latino being undisputed is better for business. Not a young black man. It's not. It's not. And what Teofimo did in that soundbite that I just played, that was from 2018. He let us know that the fix was in way back then. I remember when he said that. And I said, what is he talking about? And there you go. That's what they were talking about. And all Teofimo had to do, they invented statuses for this dude and everything else. All he had to do was beat George Kambosos, and he fucked up. He failed. And then Devin had to come in and clean up the work. And then now niggas is mad at him. And they've been mad at him ever since. So when we say there's a racial thing behind this is the shit we're talking about. D-Free in the building. D-Free, what up?
What's good? What's good?
Salute, man.
Brother.
Hey, man, we know T.O.'s a duck. He's been ducking Devin Haney for years.
That's what I'm saying.
See, the thing is, we can go back to the roots when it all started. When they had the tournament and they pulled T.O. out of the tournament because eventually he was going to have to face Devin Haney, and they wanted to make the T.O. and Loma fight. Then T.O. said, I'm going to fight Devin Haney because he's the real WBC champion. Loma was too scared to do it.
Yep.
And then that's when he came with all the shenanigans. Oh, I'm going to send a contract to Kambosos. I'm going to send one to Devin Haney. Whoever signs, then that's who I'm going to fight. And then Bob Burns came out there and bust that bubble and said, T.O. can't send a contract to nobody. I send the contract, not T.O. And then we saw that Devin Haney sent T.O. an offer. T.O. said, no, I don't want the offer. And then they try to come back and send Devin Haney a smaller offer where T.O. was going to get 50-50 instead of Devin Haney being the 8 side.
Right.
But T.O., we give T.O. a lot of credit because he beat 2 guys. And there's only 2 guys. He beat Loma, he beat Josh Taylor. But let's think about it for real. If T.O. wasn't with Top Rank, T.O. would have never had those opportunities to fight Loma or Josh Taylor. He got those opportunities because he was with Bob Earn. Those guys were with Bob Earn, and they thought that T.O. had something behind him. And so they wanted to promote T.O. But then they realized T.O. was just a head case, and they really ain't doing. That's why you haven't seen Bob Earn deal with T.O. since the whole, Josh Taylor? I think it was Josh Taylor fight. T.O. he haven't done anything with Bob Earn.
That's right.
So, T.O., like I said, we give T.O. all this credit for beating 2 guys. But then we sit here and talk about these other guys. They fought 2 guys as well. They might not have fought the same 2 guys that T.O. fought, but they fought 2 guys. You can look at Tank Davis. He fought 2 guys. You look at Devin Haney. He fought 2 or 3 guys. You look at Shakur, he fought 2 guys. All these guys fought 2 guys, but what makes T.O. different? Because he was gifted the Lynn championship. He was gifted that because those guys was under Bob Earn. If T.O. was under somebody else, he wouldn't have had a chance to fight for the linear championship. They wouldn't have gave him that opportunity.
True story.
It was because he was with Bob Earn. The man been a duck.
If I can, I want to interject for a sec, and I agree with you 100%, D-Free. They're not better than Devin, okay? As far as skill-wise, I don't think they're better than Devin. I think they're playing the politic game because Devin's more accomplished, right? He's more accomplished and he has a better resume than T.O. That's number one. When you're more accomplished and you got a better resume and you did it at a younger age, the benefits that come with that should happen, but they're not. Devin's getting it the blue collar way. When he had all of the belts, nobody was sending him a contract, but Devin had to send everybody else a contract. Now that was quite That was crazy to me, because when Spence was the man, everybody wanted to fight Spence. Canelo, everybody wants to fight Canelo. But for some reason, Devin has to send everybody the contract.
That's
and
right.
he's not sending bums the contract. He's going straight to the top dog, and the top dog is saying, I don't want that smoke. Or the top
25%.
dog. Now, to me, if you get one top dog saying he don't want no smoke, that's one thing. But when you got 3 or 4 top dogs in the sport that all been champions, and they turning down the fight, man, you really got to start to question the politics of the sport when you really get into it. Because why they ducking this man that they bashing? And then some of these boxing outlets are also on the take to bash Devin. I watch the way they do his daddy. They don't do nobody else daddy like this. Danny Garcia daddy with the nigga comments and the racism, Angel Garcia, they ain't did nobody else daddy like this, bro. But you got a black man, and they did Floyd's dad like this too back in the day. But when you got somebody that's sitting on top, and especially a black man, they're gonna tear you down. And I'm gonna put this on record right now. Black fighters are and have been the best fighters in every combat sport that they have been in. The only Mexican fighters that I hold on the same tier, on the same level as black fighters, I would say one of them is probably David Benavidez, Roberto Duran, Salvador Sanchez, Alexis Guayo. But today, it's not many of them up there because they playing that politic game. And if you really, there was another guy on here talking about Mexican style earlier.
O'Grady wasn't Mexican. O'Grady wasn't Mexican.
Okay, I'm sorry, Latino then, Latino. But
he was from Nicaragua. He was from Nicaragua.
Yeah, but if you really want to go to Mexican style, as they say, which ain't really Mexican style, can't none of them touch Hagler. It's Hagler style. It's the toughest boxer I've ever seen.
There you go.
And you talk about Triple G, you need to go to Marvin Hagler.
Right. I was just about to say that, brother. They Triple G says Mexican style, but the community, the racist boxing community, they were quick to put him in there with Hagler, as far as style is concerned. I'm like, nah, don't do that. They even made him take a picture with Hagler. But for all of you brothers that co-sign Teofimo or used to or whatever, I'm just gonna play this video to remind you of who this kid is.
That's what you're trying to say.
It's cool, man. Just ask me the questions.
In the lead up to the fight, you said if they want the black fighters, they can keep them. Why did you say that?
Huh?
Why?
It's just a biased part of what I'm seeing in our field. That's it. Because it just seems like there's certain ones favoritizing others. I believe the commentators that are on the stand of ESPN are a bit biased to certain fighters.
Off the record.
No, it's not off
No,
the
man,
record.
shit
It's off the record.
You wake up, bro.
I don't think any.
Say that. Don't get into that, bro.
Wait, let me.
Don't fall into this.
I'm not falling into it.
Fellas, talk about the fight.
I'm talking about my. No, then let me let it go.
Yo,
let me let it go.
Hold up.
Let it be. What are you scared of? Stop being a about it and handle it like a man. Handle it like a man. All of y'all, handle it like a man. That right there, I've been dealing with for a while.
Now, let me be clear, man. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Motherfuck that guy. Motherfuck Teofimo Lopez forever. That's on everything. And I say this with a permanent bird attached. I'm dead serious, bro. He was canceled then. He's been walking that line for a long time now, man. That shit was uncalled for. I don't know where it came from. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. You went in there and looked like shit against Nakatani. You went in there and looked like shit against Sandor Martin. You went in there and looked like shit against Jermaine Ortiz. It had nothing to do with no skin tone or nothing. I just named 2 Latin fighters and a Japanese dude. You understand?
Don't forget about Steve Claggett.
Oh, Steve Claggett, you look subpar. You understand?
Cambosis.
And Cambosis, you fucked around and lost. I don't. There's no black fighters in there with you, bro. You looking like shit against 2 Latin fighters, an Australian and a Japanese dude. What the fuck? We had nothing to do. How the fuck we catching strays for some shit you did? What? This is what it means to be black. This is what I'm saying. This is where the racial shit comes in at. What the fuck are you mad? What are you mad? You look like shit in all of those fights. All right? And Devin was nowhere near the building. So what the fuck we got to do with anything? Kambosos, bro, you were supposed to dog walk him. You got dropped in the first round, got cut in the face, and you lost. And then what did you do? You made an excuse talking about my throat collapse or whatever. It was the COVID or whatever.
Yeah, earned his throat.
After postponing that fight 4 times. No black person had anything to do with that. We had nothing to do with that. So for us to catch strays over your misfortune or your lack of performance, what the fuck is that? That's what it is to be racist, y'all. That shit right there. We did nothing to him. Lomachenko. You beat Lomachenko. I rooted for this dude. All right? You beat Loma. Well, that's cute. That's real cool in the game. But by the way, speaking of Lomachenko, why is Lomachenko such an anomaly to certain people? Because he got great footwork, like who? Black people. Thank you. Please stop. Stop talking to me like we ain't see Pernell Whitaker. Like we ain't see the old Floyd Mayweather Jr. when he was Pretty Boy Floyd. Like we ain't see Sugar Ray Leonard. Stop it. This is not the best fighter you've seen since what did he say? Bob Arum told us since Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard. Stop lying to us. Stop lying to the people. So when you come on my channel talking about you a casual, you need to do more listening than talking. Stop with this gang mentality because the boxing public, which is racist and uninformed, and they're around to keep you uninformed. They do what the media is supposed to do. Keep you uninformed. And all you hear is negative about Devin Haney. Well, you turn around and was like, well, why did Ryan Garcia have to cheat to try and beat him?
Right.
And other than that, no one could beat him. You ever stop to think that? Oh, so he's ducking $11 million because why? Boring? And then you want to talk about, oh, well, you know, he's not exciting. What excites you? Because what excites you don't excite me. I watch boxing. I was watching how Jose Ramirez was looking like a fool. He couldn't throw a rock into the ocean. He could be standing right there on a dock. He could be standing on the edge of a fucking boat in the middle of a cruise, and he couldn't throw the rock. The shit will fly out his hand or hit someone in the head. Devin made him look foolish. And if Devin was supposed to do something different, Ramirez's job was to make him do something different. He couldn't do it.
Facts.
Not another boxing channel presented by B3 Picks, man. Salute to you. In that super chat, he says, salute to the panel, my brother, Free BBO. Blessings to Drew and the LDBC family. Does anybody know if T.O. and Dev sparred before? Yes, they have. And that's that's more the reason why he don't want to fight him, because he got his ass whooped. That's why he don't want to fight Keyshawn Davis, because he got his ass whooped. And that's why, Brothers UK, salute. And that's why they don't want no smoke with Keyshawn. And Keyshawn was in his grill at his fight. He had Teofimo copping pleas on the stage, putting the paper in front of his mouth, caught on a hot mic. Yo, I ain't got no beef with you. I ain't got no beef with you, man. That's good business. Keyshawn was on his bumper. Why? Because he whooped your ass in sparring. Your dad jumps in the ring and says, nah, this is why we don't spar niggas. They say, watch your mouth, bro. Now we don't spar niggas. Keyshawn and this team beat your ass, and Teofimo Jr. ain't do shit. That's the word I got. That's the word I got. I knew about Keisha. I heard about that situation. I just matched the name with the face. I didn't know who did it. And then it was like, yo, you know, remember the Keisha? You remember when the Lopez's got beat up in the gym? I said, yeah, that's the kid right there. I said, oh, that's him? Oh, okay. Jersey. No, I'm sorry, Virginia. Not Jersey, Virginia. Norfolk. So they whooped your ass. Listen, you put hands on my dad, we out the ring with it, bro. We out the ring with it. It's head to pavement, bro. You put your hands on me, on my dad? Fuck that. I don't care what he said. That's my father. All right? And guess what? Let's say you want to keep professional. Keyshawn comes in. No, I'm like, yo, nigga, stand on it. Call him a nigga to his face. Stand on it. Yo, I don't like what you said, T.O. T.O. should have been like, nigga, I said what I said. And when I'm done here, I'm lining you up. Get the fuck away from me. You beat on my dad? Get the fuck out of here. But Teofimo
like the apple don't fall far from the tree like most races. They're cowards. Why do you think the Ku Klux Klan hid behind goddamn hoods?
Exactly.
They didn't want you to see who they were. You probably went to work for the same motherfucker that burnt the cross on your lawn. He was standing right there, but you go to work. Hey, Charlie. Hey, man, take an extended lunch today. Oh, you're such a good guy. He was burning the cross on your lawn that night, man. They're cowards. They're cowards.
Yeah.
And this is what we're dealing with. If they're in law enforcement, they're judges, they're police, what makes you think that mentality and thought process isn't littered through sports, boxing in particular? That's why Devin is treated a certain way. All this kid does is win and want to fight the best, and y'all have nothing to say to him but negative shit.
Facts.
All you doing is holding on to a fight where he was cheated in a game of inches and seconds. That guy was high on drugs in a game of inches and seconds. Y'all tried to allow Ryan Garcia to get away with attempted murder. Yeah, I said it. It was attempted murder. And when he got caught with that billionth of a fucking gram, that was like when you leave your house and drive your car, like D3 was just in his car. If he's driving, he may start it out with 300 miles in his car, but if he drives 301 miles out, runs out of gas, and gets towed, they'll be like, well, man, you ran out of gas. Ain't nothing wrong with your car, you're just out of gas. Well, I had gas in it. Yeah, well, there's only a billionth of a gram left. There was more gas in it a minute ago. Well, a few hours ago. 300 miles ago. But now there's a billionth of a gram. Well, there was gas in it. We only found the billionth of a gram left. Y'all need to stop, man. Y'all need to stop. And if drugs don't matter, check this out. He got in that ring and got beat up by Rolly Romero. There was no part of that fight that he won, bro. He got beat up. Why? Was that Ryan Garcia the same Ryan Garcia that fought Devin Haney a year prior? Oh, you want to talk about ring rust? Well, Devin Haney was the one y'all was telling me was done. He was the one saying, oh, he ain't never going to be the same again. He looked sharp. He was fast. He sent Ramirez to the hospital with broken fucking ribs and a lumped up face. The punches that he did throw and land. Ryan Garcia looked like shit. Don't talk to me about ring rust. You guys are out your mind. Main biker in that super chat. He said, check your IG. I said Bob Arum cursing out Tio. Oh, I forgot about that. Hold on.
Hey, and you know something, Drew? It's funny that you brought up the cheating, right? Because the defense of non-black fighters that cheat, I can't even measure it. From Tyson Fury to Ryan Garcia to the whole lot of them. You know, Glove Gate, the drugs. And I don't know if you guys saw the Gary Antoine Russell fight when he fought Jose Valenzuela, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now, Jose Valenzuela is a Latino fighter that fights like he has a black style of fighting, if I can put it like that. And they love him. They love everybody that does either that moves, that has footwork like Haney, that has defense like Floyd, that can slip like Ali. They love everybody that fights like a black fighter, except a black fighter. And it blows my mind how they champion Lomachenko, Valenzuela. Now, Gary Antoine Russell, being a black fighter, he knew how to defeat that style. He beat the brakes off that boy all 12 rounds, and then there's still a little dissent. But when Jose Valenzuela was on the way up, oh, look at him. He moves great. Look at how he rolls. Oh, I love the way he's landing that hook. And I'm like, this is just basic shit that all black fighters do. You know what I'm saying? But they champion when it's a non-black fighter doing it, and then they demonize a non-black fighter for doing it, saying, well, demonize a black fighter for doing it, saying he doesn't want to engage. He's running. He looks scared. Oh, I don't know if he really wants to get in there and fight, you know. But if anybody else, I remember when Mikey Garcia fought, and he ran from Errol Spence all night long. They said he was boxing and trying to conserve himself. That is absolutely ridiculous, bro. I'm muted, bro. Go ahead.
I do you one even better than that. If you give me a second to elaborate.
Go ahead.
You take this guy they call Sweet Hands. They love it. And I ain't got nothing personally against Caleb Plant. You know what I'm saying? But they crowned this guy. And we see what happened to him. this past weekend. Caleb Plant, I had the pleasure of talking with Paul Andrade, Demetrius Andrade's father. We had about an hour conversation on Monday. He told me he spilled a lot of beans. I ain't gonna get into it, man, but he told me about a lot of things. When I'm talking to an elder, most of the time I just listen.
Just listen, right?
Because he's dropping gems. You know what I'm saying? This man, this Paul Andrade. This is Demetrius Andrade, which is another guy who got blackballed, who got this jacket put on him. Canelo put this jacket on this guy. When he called that guy a horrible fighter, he ruined that guy's career, man. He tanked him. If people don't look at it like that, because in that press conference, he got this jacket put on him that he was not a good fighter. And now all of a sudden he can't get up. I know for a fact that he used to beat the brakes off of Caleb Plant. I know that for a fact. Jamal Charlo didn't want no smoke with him. Caleb Plant didn't want any smoke with him, but Caleb Plant came out, with the swag, got his wife, Jordan Plant, beautiful young lady. But Caleb Plant got the fade, you know what I'm saying? Got the swag, move around like the black fighter, got Bread Man in his corner, and they loved it. They didn't say that he was running. They didn't say that he was holding on. They didn't do a clinch count on him. When all Caleb Plant do is hold. He holds on like LTD, holding on. That's what you got to do when love's gone. That's all he do is hold on, man. Holding on like Simply Red. They didn't do a clinch count on him.
Thank you. They didn't.
They didn't say he was running. They didn't say he was backing up.
That's right. They
didn't say he was pillow. They didn't say he was pillow fisted.
They say his hands are sweet. Now, this is no shade to Caleb. I already told y'all he's invited to the cookout. I wanted to make a trade. I'll trade 2 Charlos and one of them nigga bitches on ESPN for Caleb Plant. You know what I'm saying? He's invited to the cookout. This ain't no shade, but there's no clinch. Everyone will tell you, when you get in trouble, hold. We learned that in the gym, man. And he was in trouble, so he held. So I ain't had no problem with it, but they want to put a clinch counter on Devin. Like, we ain't go through 12 years of Vladimir Klitschko and about 5 years of Johnny Ruiz. All they did was hold, but there was no clinch counter. Devin gets in a little bit of trouble against, what was that? That was against Jorge Linares. He gets to a little bit of trouble. He holds. Then the last round, he got right back to business. But they want to put a clinch counter, man. It's always us. Let me play this real quick. Barbara, I'm going off on Teofimo.
38 for what? For both. You can't do for both, schmuck. You have to be 135 to fight for the lightweight. They did that for the, I don't know. 38 for what?
He called him a schmuck. Because T.O.'s crazy. T.O.'s a racist. And I hope he ills out in a car fire. There it is. I said it. That's my famous last words. That's what made me famous on YouTube, I guess. Car fire! And I say that with my chest. There it is, man. Yo, the general's on. I got to get out of here. Anybody does D3, I know you do content. Go subscribe to my brother D3, man. Let them know they can find you, brother.
You can find me at D3 Sports Talk. I will be going live today talking NFL. And we will be live on BBO Sports TV.
Yes, sir.
We will be talking boxing tonight. So I'll be live at on my channel at 6 o'clock, and we'll be live on BBO at 8:05.
Absolutely. And shout out to the Russell clan. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. JD, you do content, brother?
I do, man. I'm a professional and traveling videographer, man. I actually have a production company, and I stream specifically boxing and MMA events. And I got a video, not a video, but a channel coming called Brimstone Boxing. It'll be on the way here real soon, man. I've been subscribed to you for a while, man. I follow you for a while. You do fantastic work, bro. First time on your channel, man, and thank you for having me, bro. My channel is the Labnificent Media Group. You see Mr. Labnificent? Just type in the Labnificent Media Group and come holler at me, man. And I'm gonna be back on your channel.
Drop those links. Drop those links, please. Drop those links so everyone could go follow you. My brother, Coach Eddie had the boogie. Okay, salute to you, Coach. You know, open door policy for that, brother. Steve L, man, we gonna holler. No diggity doubt. Vegas, we up. Know what I mean? Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to my brother JD Valentine. You know what I mean? We grow over here, man. We grow over here. That's what we do. All right, click on his name. Matter of fact, let me rent you up. I'm rent you up right now. Y'all make sure y'all click on the brother name. Y'all go support. That's what we do here. You know what I mean? Delano, I saw you backstage, but your device wasn't connected, man. Next time I have open panel, you're welcome to come up. We could kick it. You know what I mean? Damn, what's going on here? Okay. Let me go to your channel right now. Bet. There you go.
You'll see highlights you'll see highlights of the last amateur boxing tournament I did in Mayfield,
Right
Ohio.
at it. There you go.
I'm
I got you.
right back up there in August too. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
No doubt. Much love, man. And there we go, man. Salute to everyone in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, the Super Chat. Much love and appreciation, man. The general's on. And, let's stay on this dude's throat. And don't forget, Blue Blood Sports TV. I'm telling y'all to tune in. I think 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. He's going to have a debate with Punch Drunk Boxing. That's going to be a very important show because Punch Drunk is not only a supporter of Teofimo, but he actually that's his friend. So I'm interested to hear the justification for this, if there is any, but for him. Maybe he'll say something that I didn't consider, but tune into that. It's going to be interesting. And salute to y'all. Let's go over to the general. But in the meantime, man, y'all hold this guy accountable. Teofimo. Bronx on deck.
Move! Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
Can I ask you what's going on? 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 Can I ask you what's going on?